Hello all, welcome you to the part 3 on file handling in C++. In the part 2 we have seen how to read the data from the file, and to be very specifically we were reading data uh, type by type, or maybe piece by piece information, like we were reading a data character by character or a string by string. We were not reading the entire file, or we were not reading the entire line of a program. uh, this myfile.txt represents the data which is present in our file, example file, and we have to use the approach that we have seen in the last video. Using that approach, we have to provide a number of variables to read each of this piece of information present in myfile.txt. Now what if we want to read this entire line in one go and display it on the screen? So let's do it. So I will include fstream file for input and output purpose. Let's delete this hello world. So let's create an object of, now we are interested in reading a file, so let's create an object of fstream, and I'll call it as, let's say, input, or maybe ifile will work, and then pass the file name. Make sure that the file is present in the same directory where the program is present, myfile.txt. Now this file contains only one line, so let's read entire line. So ifile object, which is a class of ifile object, which is a object of ifstream class, have one method with it called as get line. Now if you clearly see this, get line is accepting it is accepting two arguments. The first argument to this get line function is character array, or we can give a pointer. So array is a pointer variable, right? And then the size, how much data we want to read. So what we can do is we can create a character array. Let's call it as input. Let's give 40 as a size, and now we can use this character array in here. So input, which is a character array, and obviously the size of the character array, or the size, how much data I want to read, is 40. And after successful completion, let's display this on the screen. So I should display my character array in line. So let's compile. So the program has compiled successfully without any errors. Let's execute. So here you can see that the entire line has been displayed on the screen. So this is how we can read the entire line from the file. Now there is only one line in the file. What if there is a second line? Let's add it. This is the second line in the file. Now let's save this file also. Now if I run the program, so it's still going to read only one line. It's not going to read the second line from the file. Now we have overcome of the limitation which we have seen in the earlier part video. The limitation was we were reading a piece of information in each variable. So if I have to read this first 4 strings, then I have to use 4 string variables. Now we have overcome that limitation and we are reading the entire line from the file. Still there is a limitation that we are not able to read the second line. Using this program, if we run it, we are able to read only one line, first line from the file. Now how come we can is it possible to read the entire file? Yes, of course. So we are going to use some of the facilities provided by C++. One is each file has a marker which indicates that this is the end of the file, and that marker is called as EOF character. Now this EOF character is present at the end of each file. In many programming languages, this EOF is also represented by a digit which is -1. Now we are going to make use of this EOF character, which represents end of file, to check whether the file is completed or there is a data in a file. Now in our file we have two text lines. So if file, which is the object of ifstream, input file, have one call EOF, and you can see that this EOF is returning a boolean value, and this boolean value, if it is the end of file, the boolean value will be true. If it is not the end of file, the boolean value will be false. Then we can make use of this boolean value to check whether the file is complete or there is still data in a file. So let's make use of this. So what we can do is we can use a while loop and say not EOF function. Let's call this EOF function and put our entire code in this while loop. So what is the meaning of this? While it's not end of the file, while it's not end of the file, read the line, display the line, then advance to the next record, again read the line, display it, then again advance to the next line. So here each time the if input file dot get line call executes, it advances to the next line, and if it is end of file, then program will terminate. Now let's recompile the program. So program has compiled successfully. Now let's execute. So here you can see that now both lines from the program are getting displayed. So let's make one more modification to the program, and let's add one more line. So let's add this is the third line in the file. Now if we run the program without modification or without recompiling, we should be able to get the third line from the file also. Let's run, and here you can see that the third line is also read. So this is how you can read the complete file, text file, from the disk using C++. One more thing, we are using the object of ifstream class. What if we use object of fstream class? Whether the program will execute in the seamless way, in the same fashion or not, let's try. So program has compiled successfully. Let's execute. And here you can see that the program works fine. So you can use fstream class, which is capable of doing both read and write, or you can use specific class. If you are interested in reading, use ifstream class. If you are interested in writing, then use ofstream class. In the next video, we will discuss about how to read and write objects to and from file. We have learned how to read and write data to and from file in this part 1, part 2, and part 3. In the part 4, we will learn how to read and write objects to and from file. I hope you got this concept. Thank you.